everybody. Dave Brown with Michael St. John here at ringside and all these great fans ready to go with another day of USWA Championship Wrestling.
We got a live crowd here today, live in more ways than one. And first of all, good to have you back. I feel a lot safer when you're around.
Boy.
When you leave, boy, oh boy, it feels great.
I'm glad to be back, and I'm sorry for what happened last week. I'm sure that's taken care of and won't be reoccurring.
It has been. I've been assured of that. But boy, you talk about action today. We have got it all over the place. Jerry the King Lawler will be here in the ring in action, the Unified World Heavyweight Champion. Chef Jarrett will be here teaming with superstar Bill Dundee. Also, the Dirty White Boy, flamboyant Eric Embry, is back from his little trip to Texas. I don't know what he got accomplished, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I want to see if I can find out about that from Embry, too.
And Billy Joe Travis, unfortunately, has promised us he's going to play another song on his guitar.
Oh, no.
But we do have a whole lot of wrestling action, despite the fact that Travis is probably going to sing today.
I guess we'll have to put up with the song, but we'll have the wrestling to go along with it. We'll get things going. Dirty White Boy will be here in the ring when we return. There comes Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boy, headed for the ring right now. Scorpion is already there, along with referee Paul Neighbors. Some of the crowd was chanting for referee Paul Neighbors. A little unaccustomed thing for a referee to be cheered as he steps into the ring. Tony Anthony. Hello, Tony. Yes, indeed. Tony's going to be going against Scorpion. Look out, jumped him from behind. Michael?
I'll tell you, this action, this crowd is pumped up, and we have got the action in the ring today. Dirty White Boy being attacked before the ring, in the ring rather, before the bell could ring. And the Scorpion looks like that he's been eating his Wheaties this week, going right to work on Tony Anthony. Nice reversal into the buckle. Back body drop came off the side of the shoulder. And Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony, he's not one of the, he's sort of like a dormant snake pit. You don't want to rattle him or get him riled up before, because when you do, you light a fire under him. As you can see right now, Tony Anthony just taking the fight right to the Scorpion.
Well, the Scorpion tried a tactic that Tony Anthony had used himself in past times. Look at this, Tony going after the mask as if to say, look, you want to hit me from behind even before the bell sounds, I'll find a way to get even with you, even if it's to remove that mask.
Tony was in a great mood when he stepped through the ropes, said hello to you, Dave, and then all of a sudden as he turned his back, Scorpion attacked him, and you can see the scowl on Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony's face. One thing about Tony, he may have changed his attitude a bit, but his wrestling style has remained the same, and he's been very successful that way.
He certainly has, and of course he's always had the ability. That's one of the things we used to complain about, that the guy's attitude back in those times. He had the ability. Well, he's still showing that ability, and thank goodness his attitude has changed too.
I noticed that Tony Anthony is still wearing that knee brace. Of course, that was victimized by that Texas connection, flamboyant Eric Embry and Dr. Tom Pritchard some time back, and he is still suffering the effects of that knee, and a knee injury, unfortunately, takes a long time to rehabilitate.
That's true. I think as most athletes know who have ever had, ever suffered knee problems from football, basketball, baseball, whatever, know that it takes a long time to heal, and even when it's healed, you're still a little tender about going with that knee sometimes, and that's the situation with Tony's brace.
Anthony still dominating the Scorpion in the match. One other thing just quickly about the knee. In a wrestling, in the wrestling arena, it's a little different on rehabilitation when you have an injury, because every time you step through the ropes, your opponent knows about that injury and will try to take advantage of it, so that lengthens the process.
Exactly right. Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boy, a boot to the small of the back, and the Scorpion has got to be wondering if it wouldn't have been better just to face Tony straight up from the beginning instead of trying to Pearl Harbor him.
Dirty White Boy sends the Scorpion in. Power slam. There it is, middle of the ring. Tony says he's going to drop the elbow. Setting his man. Look at him in the corner. Very, very methodical about what he's going to do. There's the reverse lariat. Caught him in the back of the neck. Scorpion down for the count this time. 1, 2, 3, and Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony continues his winning ways.
Well, there was no doubt about it. When Tony dropped down on him there with that reverse lariat, it was all over. He turned him over, got the 3 count, and he steps out of the ring. And there he goes. Okay, Tony. Tony seems to be in a good mood once again. He took control of it and wasted no time. Handshake for Jeff Jarrett. Here's Jeff right here, headed this way. Celebration in the crowd, both for the victory by Tony Anthony and also the arrival of Jeff Jarrett. Jeff, welcome.
Hey, boy, we sure got a lively crowd over there this morning. A couple guys from Memphis State.
Got a great crowd over there. I know you want to talk about this situation that came up with Ronnie P. Gossett.
That's exactly what I'm out here to talk about. I was just talking to Dutch Mantell in the back about it. He was asking me, he said, where's Ronnie at today? Well, me and Robert decided, you know, my grandfather always told me, when you mess with a septic tank, you're going to get you-know-what on you. So that's why Ronnie Gossett's no longer with us, because me and Robert first decided we were going to fight fire with fire, but we found out as the match progressed in the six-man tag, that wasn't exactly, wasn't going to be the answer to our problem. But this week, it's going to be a little different story. Chris Love and your PYTs, we're not done with you by no means. Because me and Robert, we've gone out and we've found us a partner, and it's the guy that we should have chosen the first time around. And yeah, he used to wrestle, but he's not a wrestler anymore, but he sure does pack a mean punch. So Chris Love, this week, on our side of the ring, is going to be Eddie Marlin. And I can promise you one thing, when you want to step your little, I don't know what to say about you, when you want to step your little, you-know-what body in the ring, Eddie Marlin's got something for you, and I promise you, we're going to take you three guys out in the six-man tag.
All right, Jeff, Eddie Marlin's going to be in the corner. No more fooling with Ronnie P. Gossett. As you said a couple of weeks ago, they were trying to fight fat with fat, and they were not totally satisfied with the way it worked out. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more from the USWA right after this. We've got a match scheduled here. Eric Embry is due in the ring, but his requested time for a brief interview. Tojo Yamamoto leading the way, waving that Texas flag. And here comes the flamboyant one, Eric Embry, out here right now. Eric?
Okay, I just heard Jeff Jarrett out here talking about a big six-man tag with Eddie Marlin in it. Well, you know what? There ain't gonna be no six-man tags nowhere with Eddie Marlin. Because Eddie Marlin, just as soon as you walk down that aisle, I'm gonna Pearl Harbor you and beat your brains out, man. I don't care what arena, and I don't care where it's at. Oh, Eddie Marlin. A lot of guts, don't you, Marlin? Eddie Marlin's got a lot of guts, don't he? You ain't got a gut in your body, Eddie Marlin. I don't come to TV for 1 week. I wasn't here last week. And who shows up? Who shows up? Big, bad, tough Eddie Marlin. Big, tough Eddie Marlin. You picked the week when I'm not here to show your face, man. Well, Eddie Marlin, you're lucky I wasn't here last week because you had them three, whatever you call them, beat you up. Well, I wouldn't have just beat you up, man. They would have carried you out of here in a box. Now, big match coming up, isn't it?
Yes, there is a big match coming up, and yeah, I think I know another reason you're upset with Eddie Marlin is because the match is already signed.
The reason I'm upset is I don't like it.
You're going to have to defend the Southern Heavyweight title against the wrestler of Eddie Marlin's choice.
What a grin you got on your face. I got to defend the Southern Heavyweight title against Eddie Marlin's choice. Well, Eddie Marlin, that kind of boggles my mind, man. Who's it gonna be, Marlin? Is it gonna be Jerry Lawler? No. Lawler, you're afraid of me. Is it gonna be Robert Fuller? No. Because Robert Fuller, you're hiding behind Jeff Jarrett. And Jeff Jarrett, you know I'm gonna shave your head. Maybe it'll be Dundee. Maybe it'll be Eddie Gilbert. I hope so, because I'll beat your brains out. You know, who's it gonna be? Boogie Woogie Man, it ain't gonna be him. Who's it gonna be? I don't care who it's gonna be, because I'm the greatest Southern Heavyweight champion that's ever wore that title. You understand it?
I understand what you're saying, but I've got a question for you. You weren't here last week. I understand you were in Texas looking for Tom Pritchard. Yeah. How did that work out, huh?
Yeah, another little grin on your face. Yeah, Tom Pritchard.
Tom Pritchard.
No. Now, Eddie Marlin, you couldn't pull that off. Now, I told you, Eddie Marlin couldn't have Tom Pritchard. No. Hey, Pritchard, me and you got to talk, man. I couldn't find you last Saturday night. But me and you got to talk. He couldn't have Pritchard. No. Give me somebody in the ring to beat up.
We'll get somebody in the ring. We'll get you an opponent. Something for you to keep in mind, though, as this match has been signed, Southern Heavyweight title against the wrestler of Eddie Marlin's choice. I don't know.
No, I don't know. Look at your face, man. You love it. Why, Eddie Marlin? I don't care who it is. You think Eddie Marlin? No. Now, that old fossil's too senile and too stupid. No. Now, you ain't that stupid for it to be you, Eddie Marlin. I don't know who you got, but whoever it is, they in for the Texas whooping of their life, just like this jabroni's going to get right now, Dave Brown.
Eric Embry heads for the ring. Tojo Yamamoto waving that flag of Texas in everybody's face. Embry, yeah, he's worried about Pritchard.
Yeah, I think
he's
you hit a nerve
about
there,
that. Yeah. Well, you know, he's been looking for him for a few weeks, and I didn't know what the situation was exactly, but suspected, and he confirmed he didn't find him last Saturday night.
Seems like Tom stood him up in Dallas.
I believe that's right. Here we go. This is Eric Embry against Dave Dowdy. Single match, and this one looks like might not last long, Michael.
I'll tell you, Eric Embry did not have a very nice disposition as he climbed through the ropes. Look at that move on Dave Dowdy. You know, Embry's another one of these wrestlers, Dave, that when it comes down to wrestling, this man knows an awful lot and has an awful lot of ability in the ring. But why he insists on acting and doing the things he does, I'll never understand.
I know it.
Picks up Dowdy. Look at that.
Goodness.
Just a standing clothesline. Goes for the cover. Dave Dowdy is down. He pulled him up in the hair.
Yep. Could have probably gotten a 3 count fairly easily right there, but punishment time. Eric Embry taking it out on Dave Dowdy.
Gives that hook 'em horn sign and slams Dave Dowdy into the top turnbuckle. Tojo Yamamoto over distracting referee Paul Neighbors, and look at Embry. Embry upset with the reaction from the crowd, but nevertheless, Dowdy's the man that's in a world of trouble. Embry just caught him a little glancing blow off the top of the head, and Dowdy goes down. Sometimes those blows can do more damage than just catching a straight fist to the side of the jaw.
That's exactly right. Sometimes that's what pops that forehead open, those glancing blows, and you end up bleeding.
Dowdy picked up. You can hear Embry yell Texas as he goes with that belly-to-back suplex. And down goes Dowdy. Embry not in a big hurry to cover him up, but he could end this match really at will right now.
Embry is obviously steamed over this situation where Eddie Marlin gets to pick his opponent for the Southern Heavyweight title. And he's simply using this opportunity to kind of, in his own mind, get even with Eddie.
Yelling Texas again. Bulldog DDTs him into the middle of the mat. Dowdy down, roll over now, cover, 2, and he pulled him up again. Come on.
Oh, this is ridiculous. You know, I almost wish we could write a rule that the referee could determine that the 3 count would have fallen and stopped the match there. Of course, you can't do it because that could end up penalizing somebody who does break out at the last
Almost
second.
a TKO rule. 1, 2, 3. This time he's going to stay right there and get the victory. 1, 2, 3. But a lot of inducement of punishment by flamboyant Eric Embry on David Dowdy there.
Boy, Embry, it was all Embry from the start on that one. Dowdy never had a chance. Tojo still waving that flag. Eric Embry waving puts the flag over Dowdy. Oh, come on. Add insult to injury, Eric Embry. Boy, this guy is something else, let me tell you.
Southern heavyweight champion, but he's going to have to face the man that Eddie Marlin picks.
That's exactly right.
That belt.
And who's it going to be? Embry doesn't know, but he's nervous about a couple of people. And we'll just have to wait and see who Eddie picks to go again. Come on, Embry, get out of here. Picks up the folding metal chair, just throws it in the ring. I don't know who it is, but he's worried about Pritchard. That's the last thing he says as he heads out of here. It can't be Pritchard. There he goes. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's, right here. I want to hear from a young man. Matter of fact, Jeff Jarrett said a little bit earlier, he'd been on the phone with him earlier today. He has this video interview that he sent to us. I'm sure that Dutch Mantell is still sitting there waiting by the hotline looking for Stan Hansen. Take a look at the Dutchman from Oil Trough, Texas.
Yeah, where'd you see him at? Huh? Hey, hang on 1 second. Look, okay, I'll get back to you. All right? Okay, bye. What do you need, man?
I need another interview.
I'm real. Well, now, I'm getting close to Stan Hansen. That call right there was from some guy who saw Stan Hansen out at a rodeo in Tulsa, and he don't know where he went, but I got him checking. I got a real good lead on it. What I'd like to say right now, I got some letters this week from my little Dutchamaniacs, and they're trying to tell me where they think Stan Hansen might be. But you know, I got a letter this week. I want to share it with everybody. Here, where is it? Wait a minute. Yeah, here's this dadgum egg-sucking letter. This letter was written to me, and the more I read it, the hotter I get. I get the letter in the mail. I go to my mailbox, I open it up, there's a letter. And it says, a letter to Dutch Mantell on the top of it here. They spell to, T-O-O. But I'm reading this dadgum letter, and I expect to find out something about Stan Hansen, but no, this letter, it's not what I expected. The more I read it, the madder I get. They say some things in here, I'd like to read it to you, but I can't, because the language is too bad. I can't even read that to you. I'm looking at it right here. And it's not even signed. You see the back of it there? Not even signed. And you mean somebody can write me a letter and not even sign it? It could be anybody. But it's not just anybody, because the language they use in this is wrestling language, wrestling terminology, wrestling terms. Only a wrestler would know. And they say some other things here that maybe only I would know. Maybe some other people know it, but basically it's private stuff. So somebody knows something about me. So that makes me believe some dadgum coward wrestler wrote me this letter. Now let me say one thing right now. Whoever wrote this letter to me, obviously is a wrestler. And when I find out who he is, I'm going to say this because I'm doing a lot of stuff here. When I find out who that wrestler is, when I find out who he is, I'm going to beat, mark my words, the dadgum egg-sucking right out of him. And that's as clear as I can make it. And that's all I got to say. I'm going to find out who wrote me this trash.
Well, you know, I'd expected a little more humorous interview.
More serious than
I didn't know about the letter. Here comes Embry and Tojo back again. Well,
Did you see that interview?
Yeah, I saw it.
You know what burns me up about him? You know what burns me up about Dutch Mantell? Is you say you're from Altroff, Texas. Well, I know every inch of Texas, and then blame it, there ain't no Altroff, Texas, Dutch Mantell. You're an imitation Texan. You ain't from the state of Texas. Now, he's down here talking about what a coward it took to write him a letter and not sign it. Well, man, just like Eddie Marlin, Dutch Mantell, what kind of a coward sends an interview and don't show his face in television? That takes a coward to me. Now, if there's ever any insinuation that I wrote a letter to you, Dutch Mantell, and didn't sign it, you're sadly mistaken. Because I got enough guts, if I got something to say to you, Mantell, to say it right to your face, man. I don't like you, Dutch Mantell. If you were from the state of Texas, we'd throwed you out of there a long time ago. So you ain't from the state of Texas. And this two-bit flea bag Stan Hansen that you're looking for, you know, Dutch, you know what, man? If Dutch Mantell, if you were here right now, you know what I'd do to you? You know what I'd do, Dave? I'd walk right back through that other dressing room door. I'd go right over to the top of Jerry Lawler. I'd kick Jeff Jarrett in the mouth. I'd slap Bill Dundee. And Dutch Mantell, I'd grab you by that flea-infested beard of yours, and I'd drag you out of this studio where the whole television world could see. Me beat your brains out, man. I'd beat you up so bad that Dutch Mantell, you know what he'd do? He'd get on his knees. He'd say, please, Mr. Embry, don't hit me no more. I'd pick him up and I'd slap him. I'd knock him back down. I'd go over and I'd get a check. And I'd get Tojo to help you up. And I'd hit you right in the face with a Dutch Mantell. Because Dutch Mantell, as these idiots can tell you, man, like me or not, they know I ain't never backed down from anybody on the face of God's green earth. So it don't make no difference. You're just like Eddie Marlin, Dutch Mantell. You're lucky you're not here. You understand?
I hear what you're saying. Eric Embry says Lucky Dutch is not here. He's going to do all of that to him.
pretty tough when Dutch isn't around, you know?
It's easy to talk about a guy when he's 250 miles away like that. It might be different if Dutch were standing right here. Let's take a break. All right, hey, we're back here and ready to go. I want to talk about some of the action coming up this week and next week, too. Now, the Mid-South Fair is in full swing. Got underway yesterday, and it's typical fair weather. A little bit cool with a slight warming trend coming in.
Sound like a weatherman there.
From time to time. That's going to be nice, that little warming trend, because there's wrestling going on at the Mid-South Fair every night. There will not be Coliseum wrestling this coming Monday night because of the fair. Wrestling will return the following Monday night. That'll be September 30th, and there is going to be quite a card that night. Already 2 matches have been signed for it. A 6-man match, PYT with Honey Love against Jeff Jarrett, Robert Fuller, and Eddie Marlin. Jeff talked about that a little bit earlier. No have anything else to do with Ronnie P. Gossett. And then also that match has been signed for the 30th, in which Eric Embry will have to face Eddie Marlin's Choice with the Southern Heavyweight title on the line.
And as of yet, we don't know who Eddie Marlin's Choice will be, but I'm afraid Eric Embry's got it in his mind that it might be
Dr. Tom Pritchard. Yes, indeed. Coming up this week, though, during the Mid-South Fair, it actually started last night, there's a continuing tournament for the championship of the Mid-South Fair. Wrestling each night, and with gate admission. It's free. There's no additional charge for it. It's near the youth building at the fairgrounds.
And it's outdoor wrestling.
It is outdoor wrestling. It's a single elimination tournament, started last night, and tonight scheduled the King, Jerry Lawler, will be there going against Dragon Master. Tomorrow night, there's a special start time for Sunday night only. It's at 8 o'clock every night except tomorrow night, and tomorrow night it'll be at 7:30. Bull Payne will be going against Jeff Jarrett in one of the matches. That is the action coming up. Nightly wrestling. It's a single elimination tournament for the Mid-South Fair Championship, and then we'll return to the Coliseum 1 week from Monday night on September 30th. Here's the King right here. He's going to be going in action tonight at the Mid-South Fair.
I wonder if he won that shirt at the fair.
I don't know. It's a good-looking shirt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Multicolor there. Has that unified world title in one hand and the crown in the other. Here he is right here, Jerry Lawler.
Hi, Dave. How are you doing?
Doing fine. You got a big week coming up with the fair here, I understand.
I got a big week coming up all over the place, and I even had to bring some notes out here. One thing they wanted me to remind you, as I was coming out, they said, please remind you that one of the big sponsors, the main sponsor for having wrestling at the fair all this week is Airport Toyota.
Oh, okay.
They're bringing helping to bring the wrestling out to the fair, and as you said, I'm going to be out there wrestling tonight, and hopefully I'd like to be able to wrestle on all week long, because as you know, if you keep winning, you come back the next night and the next night, and then Saturday night I think they're going to crown the Mid-South Fair tournament champion there.
It's also a little shaky because you lose one match, you're out of it,
One match in your history out there, I'll tell you. So it's going to be tough. Last night, a great crowd. I wrestled the Bruiser out there, and a lot of fine people. What's great is, you see a lot of people coming in from out of the area, not necessarily from right here in Memphis, but from all the outlying areas. Yesterday was County School Day, and a lot of great kids out there, and it was a lot of fun, and looking forward to it again tonight. It's going to be good.
All right, very good.
I want to mention a couple of things here. We got some guys from Kappa Alpha over there.
Yeah, a bunch of them.
Bunch of guys over there. That's right. Okay, calm down, guys. Calm down.
No lack of enthusiasm from the KAs, right?
We're going to talk about them in just a second. I want to talk, the reason they're here, we're going to talk about a big benefit softball game that we have coming up tomorrow. But before I talk about that, I want to mention another softball game that I'm going to be involved in. It's as you can see here, the City of Hope softball game. This is, and I'm just saying this to let everybody know, because there are some people that I know that may want to make the trip. Next Sunday afternoon, not tomorrow, but next Sunday afternoon, in Nashville, Tennessee, at Greer Stadium, at the big baseball stadium there in Nashville, there's going to be a big charity softball game to benefit the City of Hope, which is a cancer and AIDS research center up there. And let me just tell you some of the people that are going to be on my team up there. You familiar with Jim Varney? You know?
Ernest P. Worrell.
All right, this is one team. You got me, you got Jim Varney, Clint Black, Vince Gill, the Kentucky Headhunters, George Jones, George Jones. Can you imagine George Jones playing softball? Lisa Hartman, T. Graham Brown, Paul Overstreet, and now we just thrown in a few of the baseball players that are going to be there too. Phil Necro, Gaylord Perry, and from the Green Bay Packers, Tom Pridemore. So that's one team.
I see some folks from Nashville Network, Kathy Martindale, Shelley Mangrum.
Exactly, a lot of those people. Anyway, that's my team. We're going to be going against, listen to these weenies. Garth Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
Travis Tritt, Mark Chestnut, Mark Colley, Tricia Yearwood, Patty Lovelace, Shenandoah, Conway Twitty, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and they've got a few baseball players too. Catfish Hunter, Rick Roden, and another football player, Mike Wilson. Anyway, that is going to be next Sunday. If you go there, it's the stadium holds like 10,000 people. So if you want to make a trip up to Nashville, it starts at 3 o'clock. Gates open at 3 o'clock. The game actually starts at 4. And afterwards, there's going to be a big concert jam session featuring Garth Brooks, all of these Clint Black, all of these country music people are going to be singing afterwards. And the money goes to a great cause, the City of Hope there in Nashville.
That's a great idea. Garth is going to be at the fair here, but that shows a sellout. So there's another chance. We're just a short drive to Nashville to see all that talent.
That's right. I'm looking forward to playing against those guys. And now, if I can, real quick, I want to bring over David Nanny from, yeah, you, okay, not David. David's still over there. You are who?
I'm Mike Charlton.
Mike Charlton, okay. These guys are with Kappa Alpha and out at Memphis State. And tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock at Browning Field, which is right behind Browning Hall at Memphis State. These guys have challenged Lawler's Army to a big softball doubleheader out there. Now, this is going to be the first time that Lawler's Army has played right here in Memphis. Ordinarily, we go all around the area, so we want to invite everybody in Memphis to come on out. It is right off Central Avenue on Jack Curlin. There's Zach Curlin, right off Central Avenue there, and it's right behind Browning Hall at Memphis State. And this is to benefit the Tim McCage Scholarship. Tell us a little bit about Tim. He was one of your members.
Tim was a MSU soccer player and one of our pledges last spring break, and he was killed in Fort Walton. And this tournament is set up to benefit him and set up a scholarship in his name. And this is we're going to try to do this yearly. And we're asking Jerry to come out and help us and bring some people. And
admission's $3.
Admission
right?
is $3, and we'd ask that everyone bring a lawn chair and just bring a crying towel for Jerry.
Wait a minute. Now, you guys think, I understand you guys were the university champions, right?
All university softball, all fraternity softball.
Oh, okay. Well, tomorrow we show, I got to say this, Lawler's Army shows no mercy. So tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock at Browning Field over in Memphis State,
right.
You guys better be ready, okay?
Well, it's we are the reigning champions of the university, and we realize this is your first time in Memphis, so we're going to try to take it easy on you.
Oh, okay.
And we don't want you to hurt too bad.
Okay, thank you. See you tomorrow.
That should be a good one, too, tomorrow afternoon. Browning Field behind Browning Hall off Zach Curlin Drive at Memphis State.
Exactly right. And it starts at 1 o'clock, and we'll want to see everybody out there. And then, of course, like we said, the fair tonight at 8 o'clock. Hope to see everybody out there. A lot of people ask, you know, where they've got a big souvenir stand set up there, too, T-shirts and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people, a lot of times, you know, that stuff is available at the matches, but not anywhere in stores around Memphis. So this is an opportunity they can get that kind of stuff out there, too. And I'm looking forward. I got a match here in just a few minutes. I'm going to go back, get changed, and I got a match with a gentleman that I'm really looking forward to wrestling, because this is a guy who has wrestled a lot of times here on TV, and I think, you know, he doesn't have a lot of wins under his belt, but I think this guy could be taken under somebody's wing and really made a star out of someday. And I'm using this match today as kind of a barometer to see just what he's got. And I'm talking about Freezer Thompson, and that's who I'm scheduled against today, and I'm really looking forward to this match, because Freezer shows a lot of potential. And, you know, if he could beat the Unified World Heavyweight Champion, there's no telling what he could do, right?
Well, that's right, including move up on the contender list there.
Right,
so.
He's got a lot of incentive, Dave. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you in just a minute.
Very good. Thank you, King, for all of that information there. We'll be back here with USWA action right after this. Well, right there you see Billy Joe Travis, Chris Frazier in the ring, and here's Billy Joe with that guitar in hand. And Billy, I hope you'll pass on the song today if you don't. Yeah, well, no, I've seen Eric Embry wear that sort of thing.
Wait a minute, my good friend, Eric Embry, he gave me this as a gift because I am a true Texan, and I'd like to dedicate this song to him.
Please don't sing the song.
Hey, do not interrupt me. All right. Here we go. Hold the microphone still. The eyes of Texas are upon me all the live long day. The eyes of Texas are upon me, just passing time away. How you like that, Dave?
I'm not sure, but what you got a couple of songs mixed together there, Billy Joe.
What do you mean?
The words are not exactly right, I don't think.
The words are right. The eyes.
Well, the eyes of Texas are upon you, first of all.
That's what I said, me, right?
Well, oh, okay. Well, you got. Is that it? Is that all the words you know?
Sing again?
No, I don't. I just prefer you wouldn't sing anymore at all.
Hey, Dave Brown, I'm going to expose you right now. You've been off a week. I know where you've been setting up bribes at all these fairs around here. Am I right or wrong? And I'm not going to sing anymore for you, so you shut up.
Well, we let him sing the first time. I don't know, but he's awful upset. There he is, climbs up to the ring with a guitar. And the sparkly outfit that he has on it, he says, was a gift from Eric Embry. Chris Frazier waits. Referee Paul Neighbors is right there. And now what's he going to serenade again? Wasn't that about half working on the railroad?
I think he mixed the two songs together.
I thought so, too. What is this? I can't hear it.
The eyes of Texas are upon me.
Yeah, he's not real strong on lyrics, vocals, or guitar. Other than that, he's fine.
Chris Frazier is ready to get this match underway.
Whoa! My goodness!
Holy cow, did you see that?
Yeah.
Right across the face, he nailed Chris Frazier. I don't think we're going to have a match.
I don't...
Nobody interrupts me, and if you do, I'm going to bust your head, punk!
Billy Joe Travis, with what's left of the guitar, fires it into the ring. Referee Paul Neighbors sending him away. Thank goodness.
I knew he was upset about not singing anymore, but boy, oh boy, did he ever nail Chris.
Look at this.
What's he doing here?
The Dutchman. We had a videotaped interview a little earlier, but here he is, Dutch Mantell.
I got something on my mind today. I wasn't even supposed to be here today, but I was sitting at home and I was having a good time. I was watching the Braves game. I was drinking a little bit, iced tea, of course, and I got to thinking about that low-life, egg-sucking coward that wrote me that low-life letter. Now, like I said, and I know I'm not supposed to be here today, but who would write a letter like that and not sign it? You know, I'm not going to be held hostage to somebody. You ever been written a letter? Now, it may not happen in years, but you've had them. Somebody that didn't sign it. So it could be anybody.
That's true.
It could be, I don't think it's Jerry Lawler, but it could be him.
I doubt
Because it's a wrestler. Now, I'm not, the things they said about me, you know, a lot of people say, Dutch, why are you looking for Stan Hansen? Well, it's a personal matter to me why I'm looking for him. But you know something? I think somebody around here wrote me the letter.
Well, I don't know who it was, but I tell you what, I wish you'd been here a little bit earlier, because Eric Embry was out here, and he was talking about grabbing you by the beard and kicking you and all of that sort of thing. And
Eric Embry was here, and he said something about it.
Yeah. Well, now,
What, did he say he wrote the letter?
I didn't say he wrote the letter. He said something like, if I had, or he brought it up, but he didn't say he wrote it.
Well, if he said it, then I got a real serious problem with him. But a wrestler wrote that dadgum letter, and I think whoever it is, whoever it can be, if they'd come on out here and if the old up.
Here comes, what is this? Embry with Tojo.
I don't know what you're out here. How you been, Dutch? How you doing, Dutch? Hey, I don't know what you're out here trying to fill him full of, but I didn't write no letter. I didn't write no letter, Dutch Mantell. If I had something to say to you, fellow Texan, I'd come out and say it to your face.
Wait a minute, what did he say about the letter, Dave?
Well, now, as I say, he didn't say he wrote the letter. He did bring it up, but he didn't say he wrote it.
Did you write the letter?
No, I didn't write no letter, Dutch. Hey, me and you's like brothers, man. You know, me and you, we from the great state of Texas.
Wait. What he did say, what about this grab him by the beard and drag him out of the dressing room and all that sort of thing?
Grab who by what?
Dud, you said if he were here, you'd grab him.
I said what?
And drag him out of the dressing room and kick him and punch him?
Hey, you're a bald-faced liar, man. I didn't say
Wait a
nothing
minute.
of the sort.
Wait a minute. Hey, people, did he say something bad about me? Wait a minute. Did he say he was going to yank me up and slap me? Did he say it? Hey, did you say it? No, sir. Why are they all lying? I guess everybody knows they're lying.
Every goddamn one of them's a liar. You don't like me, do you? You don't care nothing about me.
No, I don't.
See, we're just like all him. They don't care. Hey,
Did you write the letter?
I didn't write no letter. You and me, we from Texas, right? We from the great
I guess if you're from Texas, I guess we're both
You're from Alto, Texas,
Yes,
that
I
big
am.
booming little oil town out in West Texas.
Yep.
I know exactly where it's at. Now,
Said there was no oil trough earlier.
Did you
hey, let me tell you something, man. You keep out of it.
say that?
telling him what you said. It's like a daylight and dark out here, what I was hearing 15, 20 minutes ago.
Hey, you ain't never seen me afraid of anybody in my whole life, have you? Ever since you known me, I ain't back down for nobody. Now, if I had something to say to you, Mr. Mantell, I'd come out and I'd say it to your face. If I was afraid of you, I wouldn't write no letters. No, wait.
Let me ask you this.
If I was afraid of you, I'd write you a letter. But see, I didn't write no letter.
Well, what'd you come out here for?
Because
I don't see Jerry Lawler out here. I don't see Jeff Jarrett. I don't see none of those other guys back there. I just see you out here. So why are you out here talking about a letter if you didn't write? It sounds like a guilty conscience to me.
I ain't got no guilty conscience.
I'm going to tell you.
Dave Brown was out here saying, I did this, I did that. He don't like me. All these idiots over here, they don't like me. But deep down inside, they all liars. They know I didn't say I wrote no letter. Now, me and you's from Texas, and I've been here beating everybody's brains out, taking over this place, and about to run Lawler down for a title shot if he'll ever give me one. Now, what I'm saying is me and you, we could form an alliance, man, because the blood that runs through our veins is Texas blood. We're just like brothers, Dutch. If we went together, there ain't nobody that could stop us. Nobody could stop us.
Well, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do about it?
You're too busy out looking for scale accidents.
Hey, that's my own personal business.
Put it right. Okay, hey, real simple, okay? Real simple. You're from Texas, and I'm from Texas. Now, we got that point. Okay.
Yeah,
we got that.
Yeah. Now, real simple. You can see the floor right there. You make a line, Dutch Mantell. If you stay over there, you just like all these other Tennessee people that you've been living up here with for a few years. You know, they're starting to rub off on you a little bit, Dutch. You're starting to talk like them. You're starting to act like them. You're even starting to look like them a little bit. But
you're saying I look like people from around here? Well, that's fine with me, because these are my people. These are my people right here. You got that Jap over there thinking he's a Texan.
He's an honorary Texan. He is.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Well, real simple. Okay, there's the line.
Okay, there's the line.
Either you stay over there and you're with them, and you're my enemy, or you cross that line and you're with me. If you ain't with me, you're against me.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. If you want to put it that way, if we're drawing lines in this...
That's the way I put it.
Come on. Make your move.
If you so much as ever lay one finger on me again, Dutch Mantell, even though you are from Texas.
What? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Come on, make your move.
You're making me move.
I've got something to tell you. I'm going to tell you that now.
Tojo with that flag, nails Dutch from behind.
There's Embry going right. Look at this.
Now Embry with a flag, jabbed him right in the rib cage. Eric Embry takes the Texas flag from Tojo. 2 against 1 here. These guys are something else. Oh, look out! Embry picking up Dutch's hat.
Holy cow, Dave! We gotta get some order restored here.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Embry going after Dutch.
Look out! Here comes Tony Anthony, Freezer Thompson, and Jeff Jarrett. And there go Eric Embry and Tojo Yamamoto out of here. We'll be back here with more action in a moment. Stay with us. Just joined us here, Eddie.
That's right, Dave. You know, I've been back here listening, and there's no doubt in my mind whatsoever that Eric Embry is the man that wrote that letter.
It sure seems like it.
He just hadn't got guts enough to admit it. And also, what I seen out here just now convinces me that Dirty Dutch Mantell is the man that can handle Eric Embry. Eric Embry has been around here causing a lot of problems, and Dirty...
And here he comes. Here he comes. Yeah, watch yourself.
I ain't come to fight. I've come to talk to you about...
Eric, come on.
Let's get some help for Eddie out here.
Eddie, look at him.
Ah, come on.
With his shoes.
Come on, Embry. Here comes Jeff. Oh, look out. Billy Travis tackles Jeff as he's coming out to help Eddie. Come on, Embry, you're choking him. You're choking him. Come on.
Get him up. Come on, Eric. Well, we got action in the ring, but we got to get some help for Eddie
Here comes Tony Anthony. Yeah, that gets rid of Embry. Loosen that tie and that shirt collar there, Jeff. There you go. All right.
Had him choked.
He was choked. I think it's okay, though. Let's, Eddie's being helped to his feet by Jeff and Tony Anthony.
Eric Embry sucker punched him.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, he sure did sucker punched him, and then what he did, he grabbed his tie, and he tightened up that knot, and then wrapped it around his throat. He was choking him with it.
Attention to him.
Eddie seems to be all right. Tony came out here just in time, I think, and ran Embry off. Jeff tried to come out and help, but then Billy Travis, knocked him down out here, which says that, Embry probably did give Travis those sparkly things there, and, the little payoff.
I don't like to see that
No,
either.
that
Embry
team.
and Travis, that's no good either.
Not a good sign. In the ring right now, Jerry's talking about this match a little bit earlier. This should be a good one. Big Freezer Thompson will be going against the King. This will be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. The King, Jerry Lawler, a world unified champion in there, in a non-title match against Freezer Thompson. But as Jerry pointed out earlier, it would be quite a feather in the cap if Freezer Thompson could get a victory here. As we were talking with Jerry before this match. He said he was looking forward to it because Freezer's had a lot of matches. He's a big man, and he's going to kind of check him out here.
And it's good for Freezer Thompson. I mean, here's a man that is trying to climb the ladder in the USWA, and the open door policy, of course, attracts some of the top talent in the world. And you get a young man like Freezer Thompson, and it's a tough climb up that ladder when you're starting at the first rung.
Well, it certainly is. And also, Freezer a lot of times has wrestled as a tag team partner with a much smaller partner. And a lot of times Freezer finds himself in the corner and his partner unable to get there for the tag and finds himself pinned there. So Freezer's on the losing side, even though he wasn't the man who was pinned.
My hat's also off to the King, Jerry Lawler. I mean, this is a true champion, somebody that would go into the ring against a virtual, well, not a newcomer, but someone of Freezer Thompson's stature and give him an opportunity to wrestle the unified world champion, even though the title's not on the line. And so far, so good for Freezer Thompson, holding his own, got that side headlock on the King.
He sure does. This should be a nice scientific match to watch here. Freezer Thompson. Oh, shoulder butt. Nice move by Freezer. Jerry lets him go by and rolls him down to the mat.
Thompson telegraphing that a little bit, and the King right away taking advantage of it. One thing about Thompson, for a big man, he moves quite well in that ring.
He does. That's always been one of the amazing things about Freezer, that he is so agile in the ring, and to weigh it 300, whatever it is, 300 pounds or so that he weighs.
Big man in purple, Freezer Thompson with his chance. With Jerry the King Lawler in the ring. Backs him up into the ropes. Referee Paul Neighbors orders the break. He's going to take him across the way. Hip toss. The King goes down. A little repayment for the earlier hip toss, I think.
Yeah, that's true. And the King is pleased in a strange way, I think, that Freezer is able to put that move on him. He acknowledges that was a good move by Freezer Thompson.
And speaking with him earlier, Lawler said he wanted to see exactly what Thompson was made of. He feels that if someone takes Freezer Thompson under their wing, that this man could become quite a wrestler. And so far, the King, I think, is getting a very pleasant surprise in that ring.
I think so, too. Look out, back on the rope. Dangerous place. Lawler whips him across the way. Oh, my goodness.
Did you see that? Almost hit the lights up above the ring here in the studio.
I tell you, give the King a plus sign for that one, is being able to get a man that big, that high in the air.
When you think back over the history of Jerry the King Lawler and the men that he has faced in the ring, the likes of the King Kong Bundys and the Bam Bam Bigelows, these big, huge, massive individuals. I mean, Freezer Thompson is big, but boy, oh boy, Lawler has had his opportunity to wrestle, quote-unquote, some of the biggest.
Boy, he sure has, and he's still got that belt, and he's had it for a long, long time.
Off the ropes, Thompson, back body drop on the King that time. So far, one goes one way, one goes the other, and Thompson doing well to hold his own.
He sure is. You got to wonder there if what Freezer Thompson is thinking right now. He's got to be figuring out now, how do I get this man in position so that I can get a pin? So far, neither wrestler has had the pin position on the other.
Another thing, too, Jerry Lawler is used to going in the ring against a rule breaker, somebody that'll go in there and take every shortcut in the world. And Jerry, I guess, is conditioned and prone to look for that. So when he's in a match, in a scientific match, and Jerry Lawler, of course, one of the finest wrestlers ever in the world, I think, in the history of wrestling. But when you get in a scientific match, you suddenly have to change your way of thinking in the ring. And I'm sure that takes some adaptability for the champion. There's another back body drop on Thompson. Thompson going down. I'll tell you, if they keep dropping each other on their back, they're liable to be wrestling on the floor in the middle of the ring.
That's true. That ring may not hold up.
Thompson, nice move that time. Goes for the splash. Lawler out of the way. That was a mistake for Freezer. 1, 2, 3. Lawler going to get the pin. Freezer Thompson just knocked the breath out of himself coming down with that splash.
Yeah, good move by Lawler, and that's the veteran move. Freezer Thompson learned a lot with that move right there. It didn't feel too good, but next time he will remember that and won't commit himself in quite the same way, especially when you're going against somebody the caliber of Jerry the King Lawler.
Nice show of sportsmanship, too, at the end. I like to see that.
Nice little handshake. There goes the King. Good match we've just had. We got more action coming up. Stay with us. Main event still to go here today. Christopher Honey Love and the PYT scheduled against Jeff Jarrett and the Superstar Bill Dundee coming up. First, right now, though, I want to talk about some action coming up around the territory. And I know all the folks around Boonville, Mississippi, if they listen to Lee Gentry on the radio, they already know all about this one, but fill them in on it and let them know about the action coming up there anyway, Michael.
That's right. Boonville, Mississippi tonight. USWA on tour in the great state of Mississippi. 7 big matches. It's sponsored by the Parks and Recreation Department and the Boonville High Booster Club. And that will be in Boonville, Mississippi tonight. Jeff Jarrett will be there. Robert Fuller, Superstar Bill Dundee. We'll have a big ladies match. You can save $1 on advance tickets. Now available at Bree Bob's Cafe tonight in Boonville. And Dave, I see Jeff Jarrett wants to join
Here's Jeff right here. Jeff?
Dave, I just want to say just a little quick note about tonight. Down there in Boonville, Mississippi at the City Park. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be, might be a little chilly, but don't worry. It's going to be a lot of hot action. But at 4 o'clock, I'm going to be at Fred's Department Store. And at 5, Bree Bob's Cafe. And looking forward to meeting all the great fans, signing autographs. That's tonight in Boonville, Mississippi. See y'all there.
Very good. Thank you, Jeff. Michael, back to you.
That's again Boonville, Mississippi tonight at the City Park. 7 big matches. Don't miss it. Save $1 on advance tickets available at Bree Bob's Cafe. You can get them right up into match time. All right, Clarksdale, Mississippi. USWA in action at the Civic Auditorium coming your way on Friday, October 4th. And Jerry Lawler will be there. Superstar Bill Dundee. Danny Davis, off of a very successful tour of the Orient, will also be there. Special ladies match, Billy Joe Travis, King Cobra, and many more. You can save $1 on advance tickets available at the Clarksdale, Mississippi Police Department. That's USWA action on Friday, October 4th, Civic Auditorium in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Somerville, Tennessee, we're headed your way on Friday, October 11th. Jerry the King Lawler will be there at the old Fayette Ware High School gym. Lawler will be there and many more USWA stars. You can also save $1 off advance tickets there. Available at Lakeview and Super D pharmacies in Somerville, Tennessee. Action coming your way on Friday, October the 11th. USWA will be in Drummond's, Tennessee on October 26th at the Drummond's Elementary School. Big card of action being signed for there. Jonesboro, Arkansas, we're coming back your way on Sunday, October 27th. For a superstar card of all your favorite USWA stars in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And again, big action tonight. Boonville, Mississippi, 7 big matches. It will be at the City Park. Jarrett, Fuller, Dundee, ladies match, much, much more. You can get advance tickets and save $1 this afternoon at Bree Bob's Cafe. And that should be a fine night of action tonight in Boonville, Mississippi. Looking forward to being there.
Absolutely. Should be fine all the way around. Should be fine here. PYT with Christopher, You Can Call Me Honey Love, when we return. back again. You got a special guest with you,
Yeah,
Jeff.
before I start the match, I'd like to introduce to everybody somebody I'm real proud of. Right now, I'm the USWA World Tag Title, but here's a guy. He wrestled last year in 8th grade, and he was the HVAC champion. He goes to Brentwood Academy up in Nashville, Tennessee. He was the champion at the 127-pound weight class. Didn't lose a match. I'm real proud of him, and this year he's on the varsity football team. They played up in Brownsville last night, and I went and saw him play, and they had a heck of a game. They won 21-8, and I know one thing. I sure am proud of him. Hope to one day he'll be my partner.
All right, very good. Good to have him out here, Jason with Big Brother Jeff, and boy, that one of these
football
days.
player too.
Yes, he is. One of these days, that is going to be some kind of team, I bet you. Keep that in mind for the future, Jason and Jeff. Jeff in there right now. He's got the USWA World Tag belt around his waist. One of them.
Where's Bill?
I don't know. Bill Dundee's scheduled to be his partner here today, but I have not seen Billy yet. Here comes Christopher Honey Love along with PYT. Boy, these guys are something else, flamboyant to come out here. Not to steal a word from Eric Embry, but these guys. I don't know where Bill Dundee is, but maybe. Well, no, he should be out here right now.
Apparently, Jeff's going to try to take them both on. That's not a good situation to be in.
I thought maybe for a moment Bill was going to make an entrance, but it apparently is not the case. I guess
Jeff doesn't have a partner. Obviously, we're going to start the match without a partner for Jeff Jarrett. Or maybe Bill's still getting ready in the back, Dave.
Yeah. I don't know what the situation is, but obviously it's going to be Jeff having to take on both PYT Express by himself. Not a good situation.
Fontaine in the ring right now. Jarrett with that flying body press. I'll tell you, if it comes to dealing with this large individual down on the floor here, Dave, you do it this week. I don't want to have anything to do with it.
You're talking about
and
Honey
he's been
Love.
warned.
Yeah, I think maybe, hopefully, we can both stay away from Christopher Honeylove. Warned and fined, I might add, a hefty fine.
Yes.
And we'll hope that does the trick. Christopher Honeylove.
Here comes Dutch Mantell. Maybe he can explain what's going on here.
Yeah,
He's headed this way.
Here is the Dutchman. He was. Yeah.
Is Embry still in the building?
I don't know.
If he's still in the building, I'll warn him out here right now.
Well, I don't know about that, Dutch. He's probably gone. Jeff doesn't have a partner right now. Jeff's in there by himself.
Well, he does now.
Well, Dutch Mantell, look at
Look at this.
Going after the PYT on the apron. Dutch Mantell declaring himself Jeff Jarrett's partner for this match. And Mantell in the ring going to town on Eric Fontaine. Here comes
look out.
There's Embry.
There's Embry right there with Billy Joe Travis.
Flamboyant Eric Embry and Billy Joe Travis coming out of the dressing room simultaneously. Dutch being kicked out of the ring across the way from Eric Embry. Eric kicking him down on the floor. Jeff Jarrett in there with Billy Joe Travis and the two PYTs. Honey Love prancing around the ring. Dutch Mantell's left the studio, Dave. Jeff Jarrett being triple teamed in the ring right now by both PYTs and flamboyant Eric Embry. And triple quadruple team. There's Billy Joe Travis in there too.
4 against 1. Jeff in trouble here. Oh, that's why Dutch left. That's Shoe Baby.
Dutch Mantell has Shoe Baby going to work with it. Boy, oh boy, Billy Joe Travis hit the floor in a hurry, as did the PYTs, and Eric Embry's nowhere to be found.
That got him out of here. Good move by Dutch as he left and came back with Shoe Baby in hand, and then they all got out of here quickly. Dutch, thanks for that.
Well, let me say this. Embry, I know it's you who wrote me that stinking letter. And you're nothing more than a low-life coward. We all know it. These fans know it. Jeff Jarrett knows. But let me tell you, this whip right here, Shoe Baby, has got me out of a lot of jams. And I'm going to tell you one thing, Eric Embry. Next time I get you, I'm going to whoop about 50 pounds off of you. And mark my words, I'm going to make your life miserable.
Dutch Mantell. Match is signed. Eddie said it was signed, where Dutch is going to be his choice to go against Eric Embry for the Southern Heavyweight title. We're going to check the time and the situation. We'll be back with you here at the action coming up. First, a quick reminder. A moment ago, maybe you saw the address for Studio Wrestling tickets. Love to have you join us here. Tickets are free, but you have to include that self-addressed stamped envelope. So if you'd like to join us, just send your request to that address, and we show it to you every week, so keep a pencil handy next time around, and we'd love to have you right here with us. Coming up, Airport Toyota has been very helpful in support for the Mid-South Fair Championship matches, which are going on all this week during the Mid-South Fair. No additional admission. Once you get into the gate of the fair, you're welcome to come by and see the matches.
Speaking of Toyota, have you seen that new 92 Camry? I mean,
Well,
hot car, son.
Yes,
Whoa.
indeed. 92s are coming around here, and a lot of folks have been putting off buying a car for a number of years. This is going to be the year for a lot of us. We're going to have to find one here. But Airport Toyota folks have been most generous in helping out with this tournament. Single elimination tournament started last night. Tonight, 8 o'clock, Lawler will be going against the Dragon Master. That's one of the matches signed. It's at 8 o'clock every night during the fair except tomorrow night. 7:30 tomorrow night because it's Sunday. Jarrett will be going against Bull Payne in one of the matches tomorrow night. It's near the Youth Building at the fairgrounds. And then don't forget, too, no wrestling at the Coliseum this Monday night because of the fair, but it'll be back on the following Monday night, which is September 30th.
Two matches
signed already.
Yeah. That's right. The first one being a six-man tag match. Honey Love and his PYTs going up against Jeff Jarrett, Robert Fuller, and Eddie Marlin is their new partner as they have rid themselves of the problem that they had.
Yeah.
And also Dutch Mantell, Eddie Marlin's choice to go after that Southern title of flamboyant Eric Embry.
That match is signed. Mantell can't wait to get his hands on Eric Embry, especially after Embry and Tojo Yamamoto doubled up on him out here a few minutes ago. Speaking of Dutch, here he is right here with Jeff Jarrett. We're set to go with second fall action against PYT and Christopher Honey Love over in air corner. Dutch Mantell, he didn't waste any time this time. He brought Shoe Baby with him. He said, you know, if all these other guys want to show up, that's fine. I got the equalizer with me right here. And one of the PYTs hanging behind referee Paul Neighbors.
Jeff Jarrett getting Paul out of the way and out of danger. I'll tell you, with Shoe Baby over there, you don't want to get in front of that thing.
No, sir.
Sure.
Well, the referee wasn't counting, but the crowd was, and PYT thought it was the official count and hustled back into the ring before the 10 count counted him out. Second fall action underway.
Eric Fontaine starting off against Jeff Jarrett, as we had a Donnybrook the first time around, and these two going right back to work. I'll tell you, you got the action all over the place here, of course, today, and at the Mid-South Fair every night, and that's over in front of the Youth Building.
That's exactly right. You know, this tournament is really something that can be exciting, as a wrestler has to go all the way through the week undefeated in order to make it to the finals, get a chance for that Mid-South Fair championship, and that'll be coming up next Sunday, I guess.
And of course, no wrestling at the Mid-South Coliseum Monday night, but it returns a week from Monday night, and a big card. A couple of matches already signed. We were tell you about it earlier. And the PYT's refuge on the floor again. Hey, by the way, Dave, big softball game tomorrow at Memphis State over at Browning Field.
Yeah. This is behind Browning Hall, one of the dorms over there. Matter of fact, I lived in that dorm a number of years ago for a semester. And right behind that, there's this huge athletic field, and that's where it will be. Lawler's Army will be there against Kappa Alpha Fraternity, who are the university champions. It's for a good cause. The reason we mention it to you, the Tim McKay Scholarship Fund being set up by KA at Memphis State.
And in the ring right now, it looks like the PYTs may need some kind of fund to save them from the onslaught of Jeff Jarrett and his newfound partner today in Dutch Mantell. One of the PYTs ducking out of the way. Jeff, very aware of it, gives a little right hand, and there's one by the Dutchman, and Mantell and Jarrett look like they've been teaming together all along.
They sure do. Bill Dundee had been scheduled as Jeff's partner. Still don't know what happened to Bill. Apparently transportation problems. I don't know if he was flying or driving in today, but apparently he did not make it. Dutch Mantell stepped up there at the last moment and said, here we go. And you're right, they look good.
Randy Rhodes in the ring right now. Distant cousin of Dusty Rhodes, I believe.
That's what he says. He does look a little bit like him.
Built a little bit like him, too, in the body build. Lock up with Jeff Jarrett. I'll tell you, Jeff looking mighty fine. I'm a little surprised that Jeff is being so cautious in this match with Randy Rhodes, because Jeff has had things going his way for many weeks here as part of the World Tag Team Champions. Look at this. Dutch Mantell under the legs of Jeff with a little pop to the midsection of Rhodes. You know, Jeff looking good.
What you mentioned with the confidence of Jeff, I think one thing may be Jeff and Robert Fuller have been such an awesome tag team, one of the best in the history. There's no doubt about it. They started out as a strange pairing and have become one of the all-time great tag teams. And even though it's Dutch, and you trust him. It's not that regular partner. I think Jeff maybe is a little bit cautious for that, and especially when you throw Honey Love over here in the corner.
I think that's an excellent point. Dutch Mantell tagging in right now. Jeff holding on, and Dutch, little double axe handle on the top of the arm of Randy Rhodes. Rhodes looking to make that tag to the other PYT.
He missed it. Yeah, he swung right by it and missed it by a foot.
Honey Love a little upset about that. I'll tell you, he has not been as effective, if you would, in this match as he's been in weeks past. I think maybe that large fine that got levied against him for hitting some officials of the USWA may have taken its toll on him.
I think it should have, and hopefully it did its job. He has been quieter today, and I hesitate to say that because there's still some of today to go.
I'll tell you, Jeff Jarrett right now caught by Rhodes in that arm lock. One thing about the PYTs, you give them one small opening or advantage, and boy, they'll take it right and snatch it right into their grasp and take over on you.
Absolutely. Time is becoming a factor here. We've got about 2 minutes left in the time limit, about 2 minutes left, and we'll have to ring the bell. Time constraints being what they are for television.
Jeff being asked if he wants to give it up, referee Paul Neighbors, but that's not a submission hold for Jarrett. Tag made now. The other PYT Rhodes back in. Double team coming up. Jeff Jarrett ducks underneath. Double clothesline, and both PYTs are down. He waves Dutch Mantell into the ring. We're going to have some work overtime now.
Yes, indeed. Almost a free-for-all here. All 4 of them in the ring. Jeff Jarrett whipped into the turnbuckles. Oh, he moved out of the way. Good move, Jeff. Look at this. Shoulders down. He got him.
Got him. Jeff Jarrett with a quick backslide on Fontaine. Got the 3 count, and he and Dutch Mantell have taken the fall.
They beat the time limit by about 1 minute 15 seconds. Great move by Jeff Jarrett. Good teamwork by Jeff and Dutch Mantell. They congratulate each other. The crowd congratulates Dutch. Dutch has got to be pumped up and feeling good right now with the crowd behind him the way they are, and also this success as he looks forward a little more than a week from now to that match against Eric Embry with a Southern Heavyweight title at stake. It's a belt that Dutch would like to have, and it's also some revenge that Dutch would like to get, as I think he is now pretty well convinced that it was Embry that wrote the letter.
I think we all are, and he's going to get his chance against flamboyant Eric Embry, and I got news for you. He brings Shoe Baby in that ring. Embry better watch out.
Yeah, you're right. We'll take this time out, and we'll return. Boy, I tell you, what a day we've had today, huh? We had an announcement from Jeff Jarrett. They were having nothing to do with Ronnie P. Gossett anymore. Eddie Marlin is going to be in their corner next time around. Embry came out. He's going to grab Dutch Mantell by the beard. He's going to kick him, and he's going to punch him and all of that, not knowing that Dutch Mantell was going to show up. And then it was a totally different story. But then Tojo nailed Dutch with that Texas flag, and as a result of all that happened, Eddie Marlin came out and says, hey, my choice to go against Eric Embry is Dutch Mantell.
And I tell you, when they get in the ring, you better watch out. The fireworks are going to fly, because Dutch Mantell's the man to put that zipper across Eric Embry's mouth.
Absolutely right. And a lot of other things coming up. Don't forget the Mid-South Fair tournament, the ongoing tournament to determine the champion of the Mid-South Fair. It's every night at 8 o'clock.
Sponsored by Airport Toyota, by the way.
Right, every night at 8 o'clock except tomorrow night when it'll be 7:30. Lawler will be there tonight. Jeff Jarrett will be there tomorrow night. And action returns to the Mid-South Coliseum not this Monday night, but the following Monday night, which will be September 30th. Well, I tell you what, that's about it for us here today, but we'll have more next week. We hope you'll join us. For Michael St. John, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody.